तनयवरिष्ठं सर्वकल्याणमूर्तिं परशुकमलहस्तं शोभितं मोदकेन अरुणकुसुममाला व्याललम्बोदरं तं मम हृदयनिवासं श्रीगणेशं नमामि। कृष्णव्रता कृष्णमनुस्मरन्तः रात्रौ च कृष्णं पुनरुत्थितायै ते कृष्णदेहा प्रविशन्ति कृष्णम् आज्यं यथा मन्त्रहुतं हुताशे रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। When I find the Ramayana opens, it is a quest for excellence. Long back, long before your management gurus taught of excellence and leadership qualities, the Ramayana said, let us look for someone who is ideal. When the Ramayana opens, don't you remember? Two individuals are talking to each other. All great works are in the form of dialogues. Many great works in the form of dialogues have given us knowledge of the world, knowledge of the divine. Two great men meet each other. My learned father used to say, it is the misfortune of learned people to meet fools. But when great men meet greater men, it's a touch of divine grace. Two great men meet. One is Narada and one is Valmiki. Excuse me, but in the mythological videos that we are watching, Naradji is almost represented as a joker, as a clown, as a jester, as a buffoon. No, it's wrong. It's wrong to represent Naradji in that manner. Akhandanji Maharaj, my Manasik Guru from Vrindavan, says, he who gives you Narasambandha, Narayana Sambandha Jnana, he is called Narada. He is a divine person. He is a divine messenger. I call him a catalyst of creativity or a creative catalyst, whatever you call him. When he met Vyasa, Vyasa had written the entire 17 Puranas. He had written the Mahatvacha, Bharavatvacha, Mahabharatam Ityuchate, 1,25,000 verses of the Mahabharata. He had divided the Vedas. He had given us the Brahma Sutra. And in spite of that, he had job dissatisfaction. And when Naradji met him, he asked Naradji, Vyasa is Vishnu and Vishnu is Vyasa. He's play acting. He says, Naradji, I'm depressed. When you go to a psychiatrist, that is what you say. I don't know what is wrong with me. And the poor man has to make fair guesses. He has to make his fair guesses, to make his fair profession justified. The moment he's asked, what is wrong with me? Naradji smiles and says, you have written a great work. Oh yes, the huge Mahabharata, which our friend B.R. Chopra made for us in a dazzling manner. Give him a big hand. Ramanand Sagar and B.R. Chopra are two pioneers in the field of video, because seeing is believing. For the first time, somebody had taken an authentic version of these great epics and produced them for us. In a huge video, what do you see? Krishna comes and goes, incidental, accidental appearance. Naradji says, you wrote a work called the Mahabharata, which is warscape and seascape and landscape and skyscape. You have war and peace, you have treachery and friendship, you have love and romance, you have adventure, you have everything there, and in between Krishna comes and goes. Write a work of Krishna, by Krishna, for Krishna, and only then you will be happy. Unless you write about Krishna, you will not be happy. Yatha dharmadayachyartha munivaryanukirtitam na tatha vasudevasya mahimahi anuvarnitaha Bhagavata shloka. Unless you write about Krishna, you will not be happy. That is how the Bhagavatam came into being. Naradji has now met Valmiki. The entire Ramayana starts with a great work. Everybody has forgotten yoga. Yoga we think is physical exercise. No, my dear listeners. Yoga is joining the Jivatma with the Paramatma. That is yoga. That is yoga. Yoga comes from the same Indo-Germanic root, yuj and yoke. Y-O-K-E. Yoking. That is the root for yoga. Unfortunately, we have forgotten what self-control is. The moment you watch the TV, ghastly scenes of murder, sickening scenes and news about rape. Sad, sad. Sorry to use that word from the Vyasapita, but that is reality now. What is the problem? The whole world has become violent and full of bhoga. In that word, I have a special word coming from the Ramayana, and that is tapa. The Gita gave us 3 commandments. Yajnadana tapakarma natyajyam karyameva hitat. Yajna is thanksgiving to the Lord. All of us go to Venkateswara. Please thank the SVBC channel for making our programs popular. Give them a big hand. How much of the Lord's name is being spread? We go to Venkateswara and ask him, and of course he has to grant, because he is the only giver in the world. Nobody else can give. But after having received, do we ever go back to thank him? No, no. Ungrateful that we are. We only feel sad that our neighbor got more than what we got. We go to complain, not to thank. Yajna is thanksgiving. Dana is giving 1/10 of our earning to someone who is not our blood relation. Are you listening to me? Giving your nephew and niece is not dana. That is your duty. Giving it to someone who doesn't belong to us. Some orphanage, some blind school, some children, somewhere, some destitute people. Anybody in the world who needs help can have your charity. This is where it's known as dana. The third is tapa. Tapa is not going to mountaintops and monasteries and having long beards and saffron robe and matted hair. Tapa means controlling oneself. All of us get angry. All of us have lust. All of us have revengeful spirit. But controlling this is called tapa. Shaknoti haiva yassodum praksharira vimokshanat kama krododbhavam vegam sayukta sasukhi tanaraha. 5th chapter, 23rd verse of the Gita. My father and I used to call it the 523 formula. There are so many formulas in the Gita. He who can control the on-rush or on-gush of kama and krodha, he is the tapasvi. The Ramayana starts with tapasmadhyaya niratam tapasvi bhagvidamvaram naradam paripapracha valmikit munipungavam. Everything is available in the world. With money you can buy everything. Very sad. But many people come and ask me, what is the rate for your katha? As if I'm a film star. I don't have a rate. I said, you can't buy me. You can't buy my Ramayana and the Bhagavata. They are priceless, my listeners. They are priceless. Not for sale. I hope you understand. Where can you get jnana? Only from the jnani. Only from one who has experienced the Lord. The Lord said in the Gita, the most pure thing in the world is jnana. And where is it available? Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanena tattvadarshinaha jnanena tattvadarshinaha. He who has not seen Tirumala cannot describe Tirumala. He who has not seen Venkateswara cannot describe Venkateswara. He who has not felt the Lord in his blood and bones cannot speak about the Lord. The Ramayana says, here is one who is known as a tapasvi. His name is Naradji. And plus, he has not only experienced divinity, he can speak about divinity. There are people who have known, but who cannot communicate. You need a person with a communicating skill. What is the use of asking someone who doesn't know how to describe? You ask a person who has experience but does not know how to describe, he'll say, you know what I mean? He doesn't know what he means. You don't know what he means because he can't speak. He's Bhakvidam Naram, the best among the speakers. And one who is asking is also one who is dedicated. It's not a casual question. There are many people who say, shall we talk Hinduism in a coffee shop? I say, Namaste. Hinduism, spirituality are not subject for a coffee shop. These subjects are to be spoken only in a place of austerity, serenity, tranquility. No other distraction. I feel very sad when people walk in with a Coke or a Pepsi and listen to a katha. I said, no. all attention to my Rama and Krishna. You can't make it a club or a dinner party, no. It is someone who is concerned about spirituality, asking someone who is more concerned about spirituality. Tapasvadhyaya niratam, tapasvi vagvidam varam, naradam paripapracha, valmikir munipungavam. And what is the quest? The quest is for the leader. Whether it's a school, whether it's a college, whether it's an institution, whether it's a nation, everybody wants a good leader. I always tell my audience, you can ask your children, small child who comes from school, which is the teacher you like, but that teacher is not good. This one is good. The child may be ordinary, but the child wants an extraordinary teacher. Please remember that. Similarly, the subjects may be ordinary, but they want an extraordinary leader. The mediocre is looking up to the excellent. And who is the leader? Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kaccha viryavan dharmajnascha kritagnyascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha charitrena cha ko yuktaha sarvabhuteshu ko hitaha vidvan kaha kas samarthascha kaschaika priyadarshanaha atmavan ko jita krodho dyutiman ko rasuyakaha tasya bibhyati devascha jataroshasya samyuge etadichyamyaham shrotum param kautuhalam hime maharshetvam samarthosi jnatum evam vidham naram. 16 qualities. I want a leader with 16 qualities. My master, Anantarama Dikshitarji, from whom I heard the Ramayana from the age of 10, he used to say in his inimitable Tamil, in 16 people you can't find one guna. How can you find one man with 16 qualities? This is what he used to ask. So difficult to find gunas. So difficult to find qualities. Would you like to listen to my master's voice? This is how he used to chant. A downpour of Sanskrit, an avalanche of shlokas. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmajnascha kritagnyascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha he Rama, he used to say. All of us who heard him, my God, 8 disciples and he thundering down Sanskrit. We didn't know what to do except imbibe, devour all that he said. And this little heart contains all that he said long, long ago. Where is the man who has guna? Everyone asking for a job needs a reference. What does that reference mean in the biodata? That you're a good person, that you've not cheated your former employer. Wherever you go, guna is important. If you're looking for a bridegroom for your daughter, if she permits you, you ask, is he a good boy? You can transfer money. You can transfer shares. You can't transfer character. Please remember that. Gunavan kascha viryavan. We want a gunavan and we want a brave person. We want one who knows dharma. We want one who is grateful. Gratitude is something which is missing in the modern man. 50 years back it was there. 30 years back there were a few signs of it. Today there are no signs at all. You forget all those who have helped you. I can't forget. I can't forget those who have helped my organization for the past 25 years. My memory of these great donors is indelible. Even today I bow down to them because I learned this from my Lord Sri Rama. Every small help that was given to him, he would repay. Kritagnyascha. Please remember that those who have helped you a long way, even if you have come a long way, even if you have become a multimillionaire, don't forget the first person who helped you in the world. Kritagnyascha. Gratitude is something lovely, and that is something which only man has to learn from God. Satyavakyo. Satya is a forgotten word. Pejavarmat Swami says, we and Harishchandra are sailing in the same boat. What is the problem? He cannot tell a lie, we cannot tell the truth. That's the problem. Both of us are helpless. No? We can never tell the truth. Truth is a forgotten word. If I speak about truth, people laugh. Satyameva jayate. That's the national motto. Why? Because if you speak Satya, you have to stand in the crematorium like Harishchandra. and wear a shroud instead of a beautiful Benares upper cloth, brocade upper cloth. Stand there and tell his wife, I need taxes to burn our only child. Heartless fellow, she says. He answers, I cannot tell a lie, woman. I cannot tell a lie. Satyameva jayate. Satya. My Lord Sri Rama is asked to come back to Ayodhya by several people. Several people try their way and mean by very clever talk to bring him back to Ayodhya. And one such is Jabali. I define a lawyer as one who has the gift of the gab and the twist of the phrase to win the case. That is the lawyer. A lawyer who is clever with the gift of the gab and the twist of the phrase wins the case. Jabali is trying to win the case. Sri Rama, you made a promise to your father. Yes. And your father is dead. Yes. And so the document is invalid. My Lord looks at him and says, Jabali, don't be too smart. Fathers may come and fathers may go, but truth remains forever. Satyameva Ishvaro Loke, Satye Prajna Pratishtita. Satya can never change. There is nothing called as 18th century truth and a 21st century truth. Truth is truth. Satya Vakyo Drida Vrataha. Many of us take vratas. We take the Ekadashi Vrata, we take the Shabarimala Vrata, we take the Chashti Vrata. So many vratas we adopt. But whenever it comes to any compromising, we do it so easily. Today is my daughter's birthday. Today is my friend's wedding anniversary. I will break the vrata. No, says the Lord. The Lord decided not to enter any town, not to enter any country limit. That is why whether it's Kishkinda, he is standing outside. It is Lakshmana who goes into the kingdom and crowns Sugriva. Whether it is Guha's kingdom, it is Narayana, Sri Rama, who stands outside the limits of Guha's kingdom. Whether it's Lanka, if Vibhishana's crowning is done by Lakshmana and the Lord is standing outside the boundary. Just to tell you, Drida Vrataha, Charitrena Chako Yuktaha. As you're rising in life, you cannot afford to have skeletons in the cupboard. Because everybody is looking at you. You're really in the limelight. If something goes wrong with an ordinary man's life, if an ordinary man has an affair, nobody thinks of it. Maybe his close neighbors and friends are talking about it. But if a man in high places has committed a wrong which the world is watching, it becomes news for the breaking news, for the latest news, for the headlines in the newspapers. Why? Because he is on the top. In high places, you have a spiritual vertigo. You're likely to fall. Please be careful. The more you walk up, it has to be in your lovely Telugu phrase, Chakkani Rajamargamu. It has to be a Rajamarga. It has to be a straight path of virtue. Charitrena Chako Yuktaha. Mother Anasuya is asking Sita, why are you following this fakir? Why are you following this penniless, impoverished prince of Ayodhya who doesn't have a credit card? Why are you following him into the forest? My mother Sita bows down and says, Anasuya, you don't know my master's sterling character. He looks at every woman as he would look at his mother Kausalya. That is why I follow him. Charitrena Chako Yuktaha. Every woman wants her husband to be loyal to her. For fun, I ask my sisters, your husband gives you the best jewelry, the best house, the best limousine, the best club card, the best friends, and he has the best mistress. What do you tell him? Come back to me. Give her what she wants. I want you to belong to me. Every wife wants her husband to come back to her. My master says, Mother Sita, he looks upon every woman as Mother Kausalya, sterling character, impeccable, immaculate, blemishless, spotless character. That is what my Lord is. Charitrena Chako Yuktaha, Sarvabhuteshu Kohitaha. We want a leader who cares for man and beast and all. Everyone. When you go to a leader, he must be kind to everybody. There was a time in South India when we had kings listening to the appeal from cows. There is a history of a king in South India who found a creeper without a tree, he left his golden chariot for the creeper. Imagine. Imagine. He said, left his golden chariot for the creeper when he found the creeper without a tree to bank upon. I'm just telling you, Sarva Bhuteshu Kohitaha. He is the one who is kind to everyone. We want such a leader. Vidwan Kaha. We want somebody who is learned. We don't want somebody who is not learned. A leader should be learned because Vidwan Sarvatra Puchyate. A king is respected only in his country, whereas a scholar is respected in all countries, says the Sanskrit shloka. Wherever the scholar goes, he is respected. We want a leader who is a scholar. I still remember a little child coming and telling me, you know what happened to one of our leaders? I said, what happened? He was a stupid fellow. I said, don't say disrespectful things about elders. He says, no, Amma. This man used to go on talking. Some people don't know when to stop talking. My father used to call it the mic mania. They don't know how to say thank you or Jai Hind. This man would go on talking and people would clap and clap. He thought they were clapping for him, not clapping at him. I hope you understand. One day, his secretary wrote out a speech for 20 minutes and gave it to him and said, sir, please just read a 20-minute speech and say Jai Hind and stop. I just have a few odd jobs to finish. I'll come back by the time the function is over. The man came back after 1 hour and our man was still talking. So he asked his master, sir, why did you go on speaking? The master said, you kept 3 copies of the speech. I read all the 3 copies. Now what can you do? It happened. It came out in the newspapers. Imagine a leader reading the same speech 3 times. Vidwan Kaha. We want a man who writes his own speeches so that he knows what he's talking. He has to be intelligent enough to speak what he feels and what he has read about. Vidwan Kaha. There are scholars who are incapable. We want a scholar who is capable. Samarthascha. How much you have to learn of the behavioral pattern from the Ramayana. Who said the Ramayana is old? I call it eternal. I call it universal and eternal. Priyadarshanaha. The public figure cannot afford to express his private emotions in public. Do you know that? There are some of us who are so transparent. The boss is in a bad mood. So the secretary says, don't ask for your increment today. He has fought with his wife. He has come with a bad mood. You can't allow your private life to affect your public appearance. I used to tell my students, we can't choose our faces, but we can choose our expressions, can't we? I had a bad boss when I joined service. The moment we entered the college, she used to start shouting. One day I told her, please smile and then bark. From that day she started smiling. I said, you're going to bark. Anyhow you're barking. Every morning you have to bark at us. Why can't you do it after a smile? That will make a lot of difference. From that day she stopped barking. Why? Because the face makes a lot of difference. I hope you know scientifically it takes 64 muscles to make a frown and 4 muscles to make a smile. Which would you choose? 64 muscles to make a frown and 4 muscles to make a smile. Which will you choose? We still choose 64 muscles. Because we don't know how to smile. It can make you so lovely, it can make you so happy. Although the heroine is told by the hero, oh, you look so nice when you're frowning and angry. I don't believe so. I think she looks pretty when she's smiling. I hope you understand. Kaschaika Priyadarshana, my Lord always wore a smile. Kamba Ramayana says, when the Lord was given the kingdom, he smiled. When Kaikeyi took away the kingdom, he smiled sweeter. Give him a big hand. That is my Lord. That is my Lord. Very happy. When somebody takes it away from him, he is very happy. Kaschaika Priyadarshanaha. Atmavan Kojita Krodhum. One who has controlled himself and one who has controlled his anger. I think man is the only one who says the wrong thing and does the wrong thing and says sorry. I didn't mean it. Why the hell did you say it? All of us say sorry after getting angry. 1 minute later, belated wisdom dawns on us. Please remember, man is respected for the control of his temper. Jita Krodho. He has to control his temper. Dyutiman, radiance. Children ask me, Amma, how to have a charismatic personality? Not makeup. Good qualities. Good qualities make you beautiful. All our saints, do you think they went to beauty parlors? Do you think they went for the best hair cutting? No. No. They had the Lord in their hearts and the glow in their face. That was their charismatic personality. That was their charismatic personality. We want people to have duty. Duty means the inner radiance that is there glowing in the face of these great men. That is how the Lord was. Anasuyakaha. Anasuyakaha means one who does not have asuya. If you're students of Sanskrit, I will define asuya. Guneshu dosha vishkaranam asuya. Finding fault amidst guna is called asuya. And the Lord never had asuya. Many of us go to lovely functions and come back with a small complaint. It's a lovely wedding. Everything went off well. I didn't get tambulam, so it's a bad function. What does it matter if you didn't get? It's not an international calamity that you did not get tambulam. So what? Oh, they didn't call me and give me. This is called asuya. Guneshu dosha vishkaranam asuya. My Lord never found fault with anybody. Anasuya kaha. Kasya bibhyati devascha jataroshasya samyuge. If you are controlling your temper, if you never lose your temper, your employees will never listen to you. They'll say he's so good, which means good for nothing. He's so good, he's so kind, he can come at 10 o'clock, we can come at 11. No. Lose your temper on principle and not as passion. Temper can be lost as principle, as passion. When you lose it as passion, there is contortion and distortion of the face, and you'll know. From medical parameters, you'll know something is wrong with your BP also. The whole body crumbles under anger. The whole body is devastated by anger. Anger is the worst enemy of mankind. I will talk about it when I talk about Hanumanji's speech on anger. Please remember that you have to lose your temper as principle. When your child is not studying well, you say, I have nothing to do with you.